Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Totalbiscuit, and this would be the mailbox. Unfortunately, we've had some really bad emails the last few days. I don't know what is up with people. Usually we get some great topics, but we've dredged through it and we can't find anything remotely noteworthy. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this particular video as an opportunity to talk about what's going to be happening in the next month or so, as well as recognize some important milestones. The game in the background, as it will be for the rest of the week's mailboxes, is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer, which, as it turns out, needs more players on the PC version, I have to say. It's a really, really unique and fun experience, which is actually based on the ship, if those of you remember what the ship was, which is a great game. Unfortunately, it didn't do so well. Problem with this game is you unlock abilities and powers and such as you go through, and if you end up being matched up against a bunch of level 50s, as I am right here, you have a very significant disadvantage, so expect to see me getting stabbed over and over again. Actually, you'll probably enjoy that. Firstly, thank you for 400,000 subscribers. You guys are fantastic, and looking forward to seeing 500,000 at some point. That'll be really, really cool indeed. Didn't think the channel will ever get this large, honestly. I don't think anyone ever does. So you don't really start off on YouTube thinking, oh, well, by this day it'll have 400,000 subscribers. Well, I'm very, very glad that you guys have decided to stick around. That's very much appreciated. And also, marking 1,000 videos and 100 WTF is, which is now a little bit past that, actually. I believe we're on 102. Yes. Those are the milestones. Those are all really great, fantastic, fun milestones to be at, so thank you very much for that. Okay, so, things to talk about. Firstly, I want to talk about something that is most likely going to be happening within the next few weeks. The StarCraft content is going to be moving to a new channel. As to what the name of that channel is yet, we're not 100% sure. We're getting it all sorted out with YouTube, since it's also going to be a partner channel, so it needs to be run through all the usual mechanisms. So it will take a couple of weeks, I would think, to get sorted out. But whatever the case, what I will say is that moving the StarCraft content off this channel makes sense. The reason being that there's so much of it, it's really, really hard to balance the amount of StarCraft content that comes to this channel in relation to everything else. For instance, it's too easy to bury videos by putting out a best of 5 series. If I put out a best of 5, including anti-spoilers, then that's like 5 videos. That fills up your subscription box on your front page. You can't see anything else. It's a bit of a pain, and let's be honest, the majority of people here don't watch the StarCraft, but the StarCraft is going to continue, so this seems like it's the healthiest way to do it. So ISS2, the tournament broadcasts, all the show matches, things like Shoutcraft Invitational, that is all going over to a new channel. That will be happening fairly soon. In the meantime, ISS2 stuff will probably keep going up, and depending on whether or not they manage to get this channel sorted out soon, the stuff from Shoutcraft Invitational 2 will most likely go on that new channel as well. So that should please a lot of people, I would think, and to be honest, those of you who are here for the StarCraft, that should also please you as well, because it means the StarCraft isn't going to get mixed in with the other stuff. When you subscribe to both channels, that means you've got another set of videos that can go on your front page in another subscription box, which is much, much easier to sort through and manage. So I'm hoping that should be good for everyone concerned. Okay, so August is going to be a really, really hectic month for me, and I've got quite a few events that I'm attending for one reason or the other. Some are StarCraft, some are general gaming, and one of them's just my own personal interest. First one is the ECL, which is happening down at Loughborough University on the 29th through to the 1st of August. So this will be a casting event. I will be casting StarCraft 2 down there, so I will be away this weekend. I'll try and prepare some content before I go, most likely some Terraria, maybe a WTF or something like that. I'll try and throw those together. Shouldn't really affect all that much else. I think I can get the mailbox done, I would imagine, on that Friday, since I'm not getting a train until later on in the afternoon. So I'll get the mailbox done, I'll edit it together and put it together, and then upload it from the hotel once I get there. So people shouldn't really miss much, honestly. There's usually not content on a Sunday anyway, so I don't expect that to affect the channel in any real way. If you happen to be down at the ECL, Loughborough University, then feel free to say hello. I'll be casting StarCraft 2 there with Mr. Diapollo. Okay, I'm going to Finland on the 3rd to the 8th. That is to the Assembly event. I'm going there for 2 reasons. One is to, once again, cast StarCraft 2. There's a 15,000 euro tournament, so it's a very big deal. We've got big players like Huck and Nada who will be attending, so obviously I want to be there for casting purposes, and also the VODs will be acquired for the new channel. I'm also going there to cast Paragon. Paragon are doing a live raid once again of Heroic Firelands. I will be there to provide the hosting and the commentary alongside, no doubt, one of their veteran members. The entire guild will be there this time, so it should be a pretty big event. Now, I don't usually do WoW content, but in the case of this, it's kind of cool and people want to see Paragon, so I'll make the exception on that basis, just as I did at DreamHack. And it's nice for people to be able to spectate that kind of thing. If you're going to be at Assembly, you will be able to watch that on main stage, as well as the StarCraft, so I hope to see loads of you at Assembly Finland, because that would be fantastic. Right, after that, on the 11th through to the 15th, I'm going to Bloodstock, which is a metal festival down at Catton Hall in Lichfield in the UK. That is for my own personal interest. I go every year. Last year, I actually won a car from them, I kid ye not, and also got VIP tickets to the next event, so needless to say, I'm going to be there. Bunch of people are coming down with me as well. A lot of the Cynical Brick crew, old school Cynical Brick crew, I might add, from before the site even existed. A lot of the WoW Radio fans who used to listen to the shows there. I'll be there. Kiki Jiki will be there, if you remember him from the old Epic days. So anyone who is down at Bloodstock, please feel free to say hello. I will bring the top hat, so I should be easy enough to identify. Going down to see some fantastic bands there. Looking forward to seeing Motorhead live, as well as a bunch of other really great acts. As soon as I come back from that, I'm preparing to go to Gamescom. Now, this should interest an awful lot of you because I'm going there for full coverage. I've had press access there for several months. I will also be attending on the press day before the actual event opens. We are taking a very high-grade camera. We're actually investing in a £2,000 camera for this event and for future events so that we can start doing some real coverage. I'll be there along with my head of PR, and we will be doing tons of filmed content. So any game we can possibly get our hands on and film, we will do that. So you can expect to see massive amounts of interviews and live WTFs of brand new titles that aren't even out yet. So Gamescom is going to be absolutely huge for us. We're expecting to put out a ton of content, and it should be amazing. Anyone who happens to be there as well, there is a StarCraft tournament there. I'm not involved in it in any way, but if I have any time anyway, I will pop in because it's the IEM in Cologne. So those of you who happen to be there, once again, feel free to come and say hello. Once I've come back from Cologne, I've got a few days to myself, thank God, before going down to the Insomnia 43, which is the biggest LAN in the UK. That's from the 25th through to the 30th of this month. So, once again, if you're at the I-43, you will see me there. I will be casting StarCraft 2. I may be doing some coverage of some other things, possibly. It really depends on what exactly is going down this time around. And Telford is the venue for this particular tournament this time. So they've moved out of the old Newbury Racecourse venue, which is great. They're now at the International Conference Centre, I believe, in Telford. So that's much easier to get to. So if you happen to be heading down to I-43, then I hope to see you there. And if you're considering it, then now's the perfect time to go. It's a brand new venue. It's all really sorted out. Apparently, they've upgraded almost everything. So it should be a really good time to get on board with that. So go on, go down to a LAN party, have a lot of fun. Okay, other things that are going on. I'm going to be competing in a show match for Team Fortress 2, if you can believe that, for vanillatf2.org. That's going to be consisting of 2 really good players, like actual competitive guys, 2 guys from Valve, and then Dr. Gonzo from Cadrid and myself will both be playing Scout. That should be interesting. Scout is not one of my stronger classes, so it looks like I'm going to have to train for the next month. We don't know exactly when this is going to be at the moment, so I will keep you posted as to what's going on in that regard. So once it comes close to the time, if you want to watch it, you will be able to do so. Looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. I expect to be absolutely crucified, but whatever the case, we will give it a shot. Got to practice my Force of Nature skills, evidently. I think that about covers it for the events this month. Shoutcraft Invitational 3 will be happening at some point, but that'll either be towards the end of August or at the start of September, simply because of how busy this month is going to be. As regards to content, I am hoping to keep things going. I think that the amount of content we put out at Gamescom will more than make up for any sort of lost days. Just bear in mind that the schedule might be a little bit up in the air. We'll try and keep on schedule in terms of Mailbox videos, although I would expect the streaming of StarCraft 2 perhaps to be lessened simply as a result of not having access to a computer. When I'm down at Bloodstock, I will, needless to say, be in the middle of a field, so I will try and prepare some content if I get the time probably after I get back from assembly. I think I'll have a couple of days where I can pre-prepare some content, and I'll set it to automatically upload at certain times. So that should keep you guys going for the moment. It was just like last year, actually, if I recall correctly. I ended up had blood stuck in the middle of the Cataclysm beta, so it's probably for the best that we get that sorted out and we don't have any days where we don't have a lot of content. Also, I'd like to apologize for not doing anything yesterday. I was actually kind of ill, mostly because of exhaustion. We did an awful lot of casting over the weekend. It was very tiring. It ended up going on till about 3:30 in the morning, so when I woke up, I was in a really horrible state. I absolutely don't like going a day unless it happens to be Sunday, which is, of course, my day off, without releasing content, so I feel the need to apologize to you guys for doing that. Aside from that, I think that pretty much wraps it up, honestly. I can't think of anything else that I'm doing that would really interest you all that much, and I'll try and keep you posted if anything changes in terms of that schedule. So thank you very much, folks. Thank you, and I will see you next time.